Sometimes, the biggest challenges we face feel like walls that block our path and drain our energy. But what if those very obstacles are not meant to stop us, but to guide us? What if the struggle itself is the path forward, shaping us into stronger, wiser versions of ourselves? The key is to stop resisting and start seeing obstacles as opportunities, the true way to grow, to succeed, and to find meaning in life. When we embrace this mindset, every barrier becomes a stepping stone. Life is full of unexpected challenges that test our patience, willpower, and determination. At times, these obstacles seem overwhelming, like immovable walls standing in the way of our dreams and goals. It's natural to feel frustration, fear, or even defeat when things don't go as planned. But the core teaching of Stoicism invites us to change how we think about these moments. Instead of running away or wishing the difficulties would disappear, Stoics believe that obstacles are not just inevitable, they are actually necessary for growth. When we face problems directly, they become more than just setbacks. They become opportunities to develop qualities like resilience, creativity, and perseverance. Each obstacle forces us to think differently, act wisely, and refine our character. The very thing that seems to block our path is often the key to moving forward in a deeper, more meaningful way. By embracing challenges as the way itself, we train ourselves to remain calm under pressure, find solutions in adversity, and transform hardship into progress. This mindset doesn't just help us survive tough times, it allows us to thrive because we learn that obstacles are not punishments, but gifts that shape who we are meant to become. When we encounter obstacles, our first instinct is often to resist, complain, or feel powerless. But this resistance only drains our energy and clouds our judgment. The true power lies in acceptance, not resignation, but a clear-eyed acknowledgement of reality. Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control external events, but we can control how we respond to them. This distinction is crucial because it shifts the focus from what is happening outside to what is happening inside us. Instead of wasting time and energy fighting against circumstances beyond our control, we turn inward and harness our mental strength. The obstacle becomes a test of our will, a challenge to cultivate patience, courage, and wisdom. History shows us countless examples where individuals transformed their greatest barriers into breakthroughs, where failure, rejection, or loss became the foundation for success. The obstacle forces us to innovate, to find new paths when old ones are blocked. It demands that we develop flexibility and resourcefulness, qualities that define greatness. By embracing obstacles as essential steps rather than setbacks, we not only endure hardships, but also grow through them, turning adversity into an advantage that shapes our destiny. In this way, the obstacle is not just in the way, it is the way, the path toward mastery and fulfillment. One of the most profound lessons in embracing obstacles comes from understanding that pain, struggle, and failure are not enemies, but essential teachers on the journey of life. When we face difficulties, it is easy to see them as signs that we are weak or unlucky. But Stoicism invites us to see them differently, as the forge where our character is shaped and strengthened. Every challenge tests our mindset, pushing us beyond comfort and forcing us to develop qualities like resilience, patience, and inner peace. This transformation doesn't happen overnight. It is a gradual process that requires consistent effort and a willingness to endure discomfort. In fact, the greatest growth often comes precisely because of hardship, when we are forced to rethink our assumptions, confront our fears, and find creative solutions that we never imagined. Obstacles teach us humility by reminding us that life is unpredictable and beyond our total control, and they teach us courage by compelling us to act despite uncertainty and difficulty. More than that, obstacles build wisdom by showing us what truly matters, what is within our power to change, and what must be accepted. This mindset turns every setback into an opportunity to learn, to grow stronger, and to advance on the path of mastery. Instead of fearing obstacles, the Stoic embraces them with gratitude, knowing that each one is a step forward in the lifelong pursuit of virtue and purpose. The obstacle is not a wall, but a doorway, one that leads us deeper into our potential and closer to the best version of ourselves. Understanding that obstacles are the path requires a fundamental shift in how we define success and failure. In modern culture, success is often seen as a straight line, clear, smooth, and free of difficulties. But the truth is far from that ideal. Real progress is messy, non-linear, and full of unexpected challenges that test our resolve at every turn. The greatest achievements in history, whether in art, science, leadership, or personal growth, were rarely the result of an easy journey. Instead, they came from people who faced tremendous setbacks, but refused to let those obstacles define or defeat them. These individuals recognize that obstacles are not just interruptions, but essential parts of the process that sharpen their skills, deepen their understanding, and expand their capacity for endurance. When we accept obstacles as the way, we stop fearing failure and instead begin to see it as valuable feedback, a guide that shows us where we need to improve, adapt, or grow. This acceptance breeds a powerful kind of resilience, a steadfastness that allows us to keep moving forward even when the path is unclear or difficult. It's not about blind optimism or ignoring problems. It's about cultivating a mindset that sees every difficulty as an opportunity to build strength, wisdom, and patience. The obstacle becomes a teacher that demands our best qualities and rewards us with growth that no easy success ever could. By walking through the obstacles, we learn that what seemed like barriers were in fact the very things that made success meaningful. This perspective transforms how we live, work, and persevere, making the journey itself as important as the destination, if not more so. Ultimately, the obstacle is the way, because it teaches us how to become the kind of person capable of achieving our highest goals. When we fully embrace the idea that the obstacle is the way, we unlock a profound source of inner freedom and power. Instead of feeling trapped by circumstances, we learn that our true strength lies in how we choose to respond. This is the essence of Stoic wisdom. While we cannot always control what happens to us, we can control our thoughts, attitudes, and actions. This realization gives us the ability to face life's uncertainties with calmness and clarity. By focusing on what is within our power, we free ourselves from frustration, bitterness, and despair. Obstacles become opportunities to practice virtues like courage, patience, and humility. They teach us to remain steady in the face of chaos and to find peace even amid difficulty. More importantly, embracing obstacles helps us develop a mindset of relentless perseverance. Success is rarely instantaneous or easy. It is the result of persistent effort, often in the face of repeated setbacks. Each obstacle overcome builds confidence and sharpens our ability to handle future challenges. This cumulative growth creates a foundation that supports not only achievement, but also lasting fulfillment. When we stop seeing obstacles as enemies and start seeing them as integral parts of the path, we transform how we experience life itself. Every challenge becomes a chance to improve, every failure a lesson, and every difficulty a step toward becoming stronger and wiser. In this way, the obstacle is not just a detour or delay. It is the very road we must travel to reach our highest potential and live a life of meaning and purpose.